Week 2 of the fantasy football season, and here's a few kickers I have as sleepers this week. The first guy is Brandon Aubrey of the Dallas Cowboys. So Aubrey, he got off to a shaky start in week 1, missing his first extra point, but after that, he got going and he hit a 37-yarder and a 22-yarder and 4 extra points in the week 1 victory for the Cowboys at the Giants. So right here, week 2, the New York Jets are coming to town versus the Cowboys. This ball game is going to be a defensive battle, I believe, between 2 of the top 5 defenses in the league with the Jets and the Dallas Cowboys. And right here, Aubrey, he won the training camp, obviously roster spot to be the starting kicker for this team. I know he really didn't have any college experience kicking, but he looked pretty decent from what I saw. Obviously, I know that extra point he missed early in the ball game, but this Cowboy offense, they're going to get in the red zone a lot, I believe, in this game and stall out on a lot of drives versus a bend but don't break type of Jet defense. And this week, it wouldn't be surprising to me if Aubrey has a good ball game. So right now, available in 96% of fantasy leagues. He's a sleeper. The next kick is Dustin Hopkins of the Cleveland Browns. So they traded for Hopkins after getting rid of Cade York in training camp right before the season's this Brown team. In week 1, he had a big ball game for a kicker as Hopkins, 12 fantasy points in that one. So week 2 here, it's going to be a grinded out type of ball game at the Pittsburgh Steelers, where I think he could see 3 or 4 field goal opportunities in this ball game is Hopkins. And this Brown and Steelers team, it's always a tough matchup. It's always a close ball game, and it might come down to a few kicks. So right now, while Hopkins is available in 98% of fantasy leagues, and we know he's been a good veteran kicker in the NFL for many seasons here, it wouldn't be surprising to me for him on Monday Night Football to get a few opportunities and once again have a good scoring ball game. So right now, he's available in 98% of fantasy leagues, and a kicker I have as a sleeper this week, and the third and final kicker that's a sleeper, Xander Carlson of the Green Bay Packers. So the Packers, they let Mason Crosby walk in free agency, and they got the youngster Xander Carlson, the brother kicker from the Vegas Raiders, Daniel Carlson. So right now, week 1, this kid showed his power and his boot, hitting a 53-yarder and 5 extra points. And right here, week 2, he's got a good matchup with the Atlanta Falcons. That their defense, I think this Packer team could get in the red zone early and often. Another thing is, obviously, it's an indoor ball game, which is always a plus being in a dome for a kicker. And like I said, this guy beat out Mason Crosby, the 12-year veteran from the Green Bay Packers, to win the kicker job. And they have, obviously, confidence in him. And in this ball game, I think he could get 8-10 fantasy points possibility. So right now, he's in a pretty decent offense. He's got a good matchup, indoor game as well with Atlanta. And he's a kicker I have as a sleeper this week. So that's a few kickers I have as sleepers for week 2 of the fantasy football season.